We're so glad to see you. We're so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you're able to join us today. How was your weekend? How did you go through it? I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, watching over the people around you. Um, yes, so today we're gonna jump right into the show. First of all, of course, I'll have my sisters say hi to you guys before we start. So, yes, guys, who wants to go first?
Hey, Lorna here. Nice, nice to see you guys again. Happy Monday. It was beautiful. And hope you guys had an amazing week.
We're having some background noise. We can hear ourselves. Okay. Yeah. The next person.
Hi, it's Sanyu. I'm happy to be back again. I hope you guys like this topic today. So yeah.
Hi guys, it's Priscilla. It's good to be back with you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe and I hope you guys enjoy the topic today.
Okay. So today we want to talk about something that's, I feel like it's one of the fundamental things in relationships that people consider. So many people, especially from where we come from, religion is one of the things that count in like relationships. We've seen like, especially when you get to like the Islam kind of part, it's so hard for them to mingle into other like religions when they get married, which I don't know why, but it's so hard to find, even if it's a Muslim girl trying to marry a Christian man, there's always some kind of pulling ropes there, and which is, I don't know, it's up to them, but it's kind of weird. And then also we find people that are like valokole and they're like, oh, the manangesagala awase bakufumbira mukaturichi and all that kind of business. So today the question is very simple question. Our viewers, you can please answer to do you think, guys, do you think that religion should be something that counts in a relationship for whatever reason?
Me personally, yes, I do feel like it. Because I feel like if you marry someone who's Islamic and you're a born again, and you guys kind of like end up together, when ending up together, meaning like all the way like marriage and everything, I feel like
Marriage,
you're gonna have a conflict of should I go here, should I go here, or even when you have kids, like that means your kids have to learn two religions, or they're kind of forced to choose what religion to go to. So yes, I definitely feel like religion is a big factor in a relationship.
Okay.
I agree.
I agree on that too.
Um, Depending on the religion, like some religions don't matter, but like Bev said, if it's something like Islam, like like Islamic, where like how it actually matters, like you're choosing to do something best, like you're choosing to move forward with your future based off of the religion of the person you marry, then yeah, I agree, it should matter, like it does matter.
Sorry.
Yeah, especially when it comes to those people who are like in the side of Africa or Indian places. Their religion, they're more likely they have to change their religion because of their husband or whatever the case. There's, I want to say there's some people who don't believe in it. They just think that it's a lot and they think that it doesn't change anything. Like, because teaching your kids, you have different religions. You have someone who's Muslim and then you have someone who's Christian. So you're teaching your kids to do, the Muslim way, and they choose, like, they don't like it, they'll kind of go like the Christian way, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Um, well, I think that relationships are maybe maybe what word should I use? Like grounded on things like compromise. So you think you would not compromise with a person you're in love with for when it comes to like a religion. Let me say you have this person that you really, really love and you really see a future with. But let me say they have a certain religion that you do not believe in. Are you going to let that relationship fall apart because of that?
No. I'm going to have because I chose him and I love him, so I'm going to try my best to try to fit in with his religion, regardless of them judging me in a way if I'm doing it wrong or right. So, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like to me, before you get into a relationship, so the best things to talk, when you're like, I'm talking to this person, I feel like in that talking stage you need to be able to be like, hey, like, what do you follow? Do you follow God? Do you follow a bottle, a wine, a Hennessy? You feel me? So with that, whatever the person says, right, you judge yourself if you're supposed to be with a person. Sometimes people do change their mind in a relationship, yes, but I do feel like before you get to like even the person asking you out to be their boyfriend and girlfriend, that's one thing you should tell them, like, hey, I believe in God, or I believe that there is no God, or I believe that God is this and this and this, and the person should know what area you're on, so that person can decide and be like, no, I want a person who honestly believes in God. Me personally, I would never ever date a person who is not 100% like, born again, or is following that God path, or
Okay.
or a person who is like other religions, because it will be hard for me to kind of like even to start getting a religion, like new rules of that religion right now, where I'm at this time of my life right now.
Okay.
I
Priscilla,
was
what do
gonna
you
say
think?
I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna get into a relationship with someone knowing I'm not gonna agree with their, like, with their ways of their religion, like their religious culture and all that. Cause like when I say the talking stage is where like I'm gonna ask. So for example, if I were to date a Muslim, actually, I would rather keep that on the friend zone part, especially a Muslim who believes in the fact that you're gonna add more wives onto me. That's just my opinion. So, or like other religions, like there's some religions like, like Hindu in India and all that, where like you have to practice, like you have to worship certain gods, or like certain things that we consider are not like godly, they may consider godly. And I respect that. Like, I respect everyone's religion, but that's where I draw the line and I'm like, you know what? I'm better off remaining friends with you as opposed to getting into a relationship when I know it's a dead end. And if it's a religion that requires me to change my religion, especially, then I'm not gonna go far as to let myself fall in love with that person. Because I know in the future I'm just setting myself up, like I'm just setting myself up for disappointment. So I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. So it's like you're you guys are like saying like you really not compromise with somebody that there's like, okay, you've gone through the talking stage and everything, but there's a point whereby you're like, I really like this person, and the only thing that's not letting you break through those walls is the religion. Do you think you can want to get to a point whereby you try to change this person to believe in what you believe? Is it even right?
I think there's a time, what I know, what I've grown up to see, that there's a saying that says you can change a Muslim woman into a Christian, or like a born again, but it's hard to change an Islamic guy or a Muslim guy into a born again. I think on guys' part more, it's hard to change them in terms of like, if you find a if I'm Islamic and I find a guy who's Christian, yes, he'll be like, okay, you don't eat pork, we're not gonna eat pork at home, but he'll probably eat it somewhere else. So I don't feel like that's really that person is compromising your religion because they're eating it somewhere else, you know. So
But
I
they're respecting you enough not to do it in your face.
Right.
I mean,
Okay, it's basically saying, okay, you Muslims can't eat pork, yeah. But okay, for you, as you, what if they say you can't eat chicken, all right? And a person like you who's grew up eating chicken, I'm just proving a point, and you have a husband who doesn't eat chicken. Are you going to give up your chicken because your husband can't eat it? Of course, you're going to go somewhere else and eat it at a party or something, but you're not going to do it in front of him because that's what he doesn't, that's what he can't eat.
But like what you're forgetting is that it's all about happiness. You feel me? If I'm marrying somebody and someone is going out there and eating something, you feel me? Like I feel like you should eat it next to me. You feel me? You should just, okay, yes, respect me enough and don't force it into my throat, but like you can just eat it instead of going outside and eating it like secretly or something like that,
I remember such things are like an abomination.
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes you have to put yourself, what do they call it? You have to think about yourself sometimes. Lorna, if you grew up eating chicken and then all of a sudden you find someone and you can't eat chicken, you're not gonna tell me that you're not gonna go back home and you find your mama's cooked chicken and you're not gonna eat it. You eat it at home.
We're really using the wrong example with Lorna. Chicken.
Thank you.
I can see we are torturing her
It's a good example because there's some people that are like that live by pork that can't be there without pork. Like pork is like their chicken. And then they find someone, they fall in love with them, and they're like, okay, listen, I can't really give up my pork, but I'll respect you enough not to eat my pork in front of you.
Right, in the house. I will take it somewhere else.
I don't agree with that. You're eating it in my house. Where are you going? Who's cooking the pork?
I feel like
you're going home.
Don't get that far in a relationship with someone. If you feel like you have to sneak around doing, because remember, a relationship is something you let yourself get in. Love is something you let yourself fall in. Like you can really like someone, but fall in love with them. That requires you to let your guard down and think about everything and every aspect of their lives.
That's what I'm saying.
So I personally would rather I would put into consideration all that. I would think about all this and think, wait, I may like him a lot now, but what happens in the next 3 years? Like, am I still gonna be feeling this strong that I'm willing to give up a lot of my values for him? Chances are no. Or I'm willing to change my religion for him. Chances are the answer to that question is no. So I personally, even if I really like someone, I'm gonna resist the urge. I'm gonna try my best to resist the urge because I know in the future I'm gonna be miserable. Like I may love them, but I don't want to be in the lifestyle. And that's why they married me. Like they married me because I agreed to get in that lifestyle, and then I'm gonna have to betray them because I'm missing my former religion.
Yeah, you're not happy, man. You guys gotta stop compromising. There are certain things, yes, you have to compromise about, but I don't feel like religion is something you should compromise about because that's your happy place. There's so many events or experiences that are going to happen and it's only God you can cry out to and call to. And if it's like you married someone and you promise this person not to do what you're going to do and everything, and you got to go hide out in your car or go somewhere else to do it, I feel like that's being unhappy, man. You got to be happy with that. Life is too short to,
I'm wanting to think that, I want to bring it out like this. Why is believing in God and praying to God tied to a kind of religion? Why is it that I can be with a Muslim husband and we praise God, and I am Christian and I praise God, and we can live like that? That they can praise their God and I can praise my God. What's the whole difference? I know so many couples that have met I know a couple that have been married for like 40 years, and this man is Kakongolino Muslim, like Hajj, like Seka and everything, and the wife is Catholic. But they've raised their kids, and the kids became Muslim, and they like the religion too, and they're into the religion. But this couple has been together, and the man has never even put a second wife on the lady.
But that's what I was saying. It's called happiness. No one compromised with each other that you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
The lady still. I forgot. The lady still eats pork and she drinks her alcohol, though she doesn't do it in the house or at home or around her husband or her kids.
She doesn't do it around her husband?
No, she doesn't. Or her kids. She'll come on the side with like her friends, her other family members, and they'll do it.
I mean, that's big ups to her. That's respect. But as to me, like I said, I don't have anything against any other religion. Anyone can practice whatever they want to practice. But me, my preference, I do not want the guy I'm married to just go outside and do whatever they do. If you have a problem with my religion, tell me at the get-go before even we get serious, and say, hey, like me, I can't do this type of stuff, you know? And I'll know. Because I feel like, man, like marriage as a whole thing and spending the rest of your life with somebody, going out there and doing some other stuff, or like okweba, just because you're missing some part of your life. I feel like that's, to me, that me won't make me happy, because I would want to do that with the person I'm married with.
I feel like in the example that Bev gave, I feel like that's an argument they had from the very beginning of the relationship. Right. I'm gonna date you, I'm gonna marry you, but I'm not giving up this. If you have a problem with that, we're better off being friends or like ending things. Because if he hasn't put someone on her, then I feel like that's an argument they have. Because I know a lot of like Muslim, like in terms of relatives and friends, that's one thing they like believe in. Like I can marry as many, as many women as the Quran allows me. So if you have, that's one thing you have to tell the woman at the beginning. I love you, and I may let you like practice your religion, but my religion, I believe I have to marry like this many people, and you should not have a problem with it. In that case, I feel like they have an argument, and the fact that the kids too like are Muslim, I feel like because they had an argument from the get-go. Like I'm gonna marry you, but I'm gonna remain like I'm gonna still practice like being Catholic, and you can still practice Islam, and we're not like gonna overlap. Because especially like those two religions are two completely different religions. For two people to get married without an argument, like without them having like a set arrangement of how like that is gonna work in their relationship.
Right, that's true. But again, I think people are never fully honest to themselves, in however much it's a marriage or what. People are human. Everybody's human. People are always gonna have that little thing that they won't open up to tell like their partner. And we've seen it so many times everywhere. And it's not like sometimes they're not even doing something bad. Sometimes it's just like your wife doesn't want you to drink, but you're gonna step out and be like, listen, sometimes you have enough and you're like, let me go out with my boys. Even let me say not your boys. You just go back to, let me say, maybe your dad or your siblings, and you're like, you know what, I need a drink because this woman is not letting me drink. Such a thing. So I think sometimes it's not even in a bad way. Like you're not doing it like a bad thing. It's just like, oh, I said stepping out and doing your thing. So I don't know. But somebody here has a question. They're like, how is a choice of a partner based on religion as a factor different from racism or tribalism? So basically, how is like getting your partner based on religion different from choosing a partner based on racism or tribalism? Is it the same thing or is it different?
I think it's the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna date someone because they're white, and then you're not gonna date someone because they're Muslim, it's the same thing. It's just a different category of, like them. So like a different category of life. It's the same thing, in my opinion.
People fall in, it doesn't matter what race or religion they are. It depends on the person. You see them, when you guys have a when you guys talk and you have a communication.
Is it just me or
is acting up? Yeah.
You feel like okay, and you know that that's the one. That's it. Those will come after it.
Sanyu, we didn't hear like half of the stuff you said. You were breaking.
So what I said was, it doesn't matter about color. It doesn't matter about race. If you are talking to someone and you feel that connection and you see yourself marrying or dating this person for, many years, okay, all that other stuff that you guys are so focusing on right now, it's not important as of like the problem. You can always get back to it.
That's the same thing as religion. Why would you matter about somebody's religion when you're in love with them?
Because there's so many people that are asking, what is your religion? Before they even get to any of the other questions. I'm just saying, like, you know, you meet someone, you're asking, what is your religion? Instead of you asking, who are you? What do you do? And stuff like that. So
I'm saying, me, honestly, my point, I think it's different. I think religion, I put God in it. God has done so much for me. So with that, I tend to ask God first. First of all, the person I'm dating. And also I would like to share a religion with somebody, the same religion, meaning when we wake up, we pray together. When we go to bed, we pray together. When something happens, we have the same thing going on. Whereas I'm dating somebody else and the religion is different. For example, if I'm dating a Seventh-day Adventist, one of my friends was telling me that there's certain, like, well, in his church, they can't even wear like jeans. They can't pierce their ears. They can't, you feel me? Like, there's certain things you can't do. I have 2 piercings. So me, I come in with 2 piercings. You feel me? That's already, oh my God, like, we can't believe she's doing this. So to me, I don't think it's the same at all, because me, I would like somebody that I do the same thing. We pray together, and he doesn't have to tell me that I have to bow down 6 times. I have to face this way. I have to face that way. No.
It still doesn't make sense, because if you're telling me that religion, I don't know, but like religion, if you can choose a partner based on religion, but you don't, religion could be a factor, but racism, like the race of the person or the tribe of the person, could be different. I don't get it. I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like you're judging somebody based off of I don't know what word that is. Like the stuff, like what makes them up in a way. That's how you're taking them. Am I wrong?
I think it's not judging. It's my opinion. It's my preference.
I don't mean like judging, but I'm like, wouldn't it be like
you're choosing
someone
based off of who they are?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because if racism and the tribe and the race, if they don't matter, then the religion matters. Then yet we all serve God, a one God. Then I don't know. But everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
Religions are different when serving God. That's one thing. I know I know Protestants, Catholics, Seventh-day Adventists, Islamics, Buddhists, all those people, they're all different. Born agains, they're all different in how they serve God. And also how they present themselves to church is also way different. So somebody has to learn all that all together. On me, that's what I'm saying. I can compromise in so many things, but religion and my God, that's something I'm not gonna compromise in a relationship.
But at the end of the day, I know there's so many of different religions, but we're all serving one God. If you think about it, are we not? We are.
It affects your lifestyle if you think about it. Like, yeah, I'm like, you're serving the same God by praying once on, like, I mean, by going to church on Sundays, but at the same time, you're still serving that same God in a different religion by having to pray like 6 times a day. Mm-hmm. So I think it does. I mean, the question was, is it the same to choose your partner based off of their race as it would be choosing your partner based off of their religion?
And tribe too. In the case of like us that are like from a variety of like tribes.
Yeah, in tribalism, I think it's the same. If I'm going to choose someone based off of their race, or I'm going to choose someone based off of their tribe, I think it's equivalent to choosing someone based off of their religion. Because if there's certain things about the religion that I don't want to compromise my life for, I'm not going to date them. It's the same thing as if there's certain things about somebody's tribe or their culture or their race that I'm not willing to compromise mine for, then I'm not going to date them. So I think it's the same kind of like aspect. I'm not going to date someone if I have to give up certain parts of me, whether it's my religion or my culture. If I have to give up those like certain parts to date them, then I'm not going to date them.
Okay. There's a scenario here. Let me say you have somebody, you're with them, you get married 10 years down the road, and you've had kids, everything, you've been having a good life, everything, and then all of a sudden this person wants to change a religion. What are you gonna do?
Into my partner's religion, or a different whole nother scenario religion? Like, what are you talking
You've been the same, you've been serving you've been in the same religion and everything, same thing. Married 10 years, kids, everything. After like 10 years or a little over, your partner is like, I want to change religions, because so many people change religions out of the blue. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
I want to ask Lorna first.
Yeah, that means I talk too much, eh?
No, just
I think I would first ask them, like, what's going on? Why all of a sudden you're changing a religion? And then if they tell me what's up, that's hard, man. We would have to
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
do that.
saying.
But like, honestly speaking, it's tough. It's tough. I'll
You're gonna compromise, right?
No, these religion, I'm not gonna compromise. That's something I won't compromise.
But you're still serving the same God.
Oh yeah, we're serving the same God, but I don't have to
life
press
is
the same
good.
But like Priscilla
It affects your
said,
lifestyle. The way
people
you're serving
are.
that God, the way you're serving that God affects your lifestyle, though.
It does.
That's when you think about it. You have an office job, and then you've been married to someone for 10 years. You're Christian, and then all of a sudden, 10 years into that, they wanna turn, I don't know, like maybe like Muslim or Buddhist. Guess what? Now you're gonna need to find time out of your office, like out of your office hours, to pray like a good 2-3 times in the day. Something
No.
like it's changing your
They
routine.
tell you it's them. It's just them as an individual.
Oh, they want to change without changing me.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you can stay with the way you are. You can do everything, but them as an individual, they want to.
Nah.
That's cool. Like you can change. Just don't change our
You
kids.
can change, but just don't change me. But you have to give me a good reason for you to change. A very good one. And is that going to affect our kids? Because we've been together for so many years and we've been doing the same routine, and you come here and change out of nowhere. Now what are our kids going to do? The new religion you're trying to abruptly learn about, or we're going to keep them have the old religion that we were doing for 10 years? Like,
I don't know. I feel like a family that stays together, prays together, stays together. I feel like the scripture like 2 or 3 people.
Just only you.
Sanyu, your internet is acting up. Sanyu, we barely have what you said. Your internet was acting up. You froze.
I can't. Like, continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, me,
Lorna, go ahead.
I feel like where they say a family that prays together stays together. Now we've been married for 10 years, like Beverly said, and then out of nowhere you're like, you know what, I just want to change this religion. I'll be so bothered by it. Honestly, I'll be so bothered by it. I believe a marriage was together. We are 3 strand. In between there is God, right? As the scripture says. Secondly, the scripture says where 2 or 3 are gathered, that's where my presence will be. So at night when we're going to sleep, right? And your religion has changed. Your religion, it doesn't need for you to do all the praying after a night or whatever. But remember, we have kids. We've been praying, going to think the whole family will be kind of like, so what are we doing? Am I going with dad or am I going with mom? I'm not getting it. So even I feel like before that person changes their religion, even when they're so serious about their religion, talk to your spouse and be like, hey, I've been thinking about changing this religion. What do you think and everything? Then go through it with your partner, and then that's all. But just don't throw it on your partner. I just want to change. Because the whole family, you've broken up the whole family religion.
Okay, fine. They've done that, but they've talked to you about it.
And I definitely agree with you on that one. You got to be really serious with that too. Like, you and your partner.
Okay, someone says here, I feel like a lot of times religion plays into someone's core values. So if your religions are opposite or very different from one another, chances are your core values are also different. Is it not the same as like tribes?
tribes, honestly speaking, right? I'll tell you one thing. If we follow everything that culture does or a tribe does, we would be, I guess somewhere in between, not like being outspoken. Because our culture actually, it's a type of culture where females, we have to be very, very, very extra, very, very, if even that's English, submissive to a guy, right? But right now, as we're growing up, we're starting to feel like, yo, hold on, why do I have to do this? For what? That was a long time ago. But in religion, it teaches us that there's somebody who gives us life. There's somebody who, well, God, not somebody, God who gives us life, God who keeps protecting us and everything. So in terms of that, to me, I would not feel like, number one, I don't even know why we're comparing those two things. I feel like that's very, very different things.
Okay. I think you're overthinking like the tribe thing. I mean, like, why is it that African parents have a hard time accepting their kids be with African American kids? Because their core values are
Because
different.
they're so old fashioned. One.
No,
They're
like
old-
core values, Sanyu. When I come into a house, I'm going to come and greet your mom and be like, Siriota no nyawo. An African American will come and say hi to my mom, and my mom is going to look berserk. She'll be like, what the hell is going on?
That's them.
So there's also that thing about us when it comes to like the tribes and the races mixed together. The white people don't agree with what the black people do. That's why you'll find white people don't want black people, and also black people have a problem with their kids marrying white people because of the history that they've had with white people. So that's also like your life that's tied into that, right?
I don't know.
I think I feel like it's something that's one of those things where like you have to break like generational like barriers and things like that. Cause if I feel like if he is respectful, if I were to date an African American and he's respectful towards my mom, and he comes over, is like, hello ma'am, how you doing? Like, I don't think that should be a problem, to be honest. I do not. As long as you're respectful and you're not just walking in, shoes on, just hey, what's up, and you go upstairs to the bedroom. Because then, like him coming over and being, "Good morning, ma'am. How are you? I'm here to take Priscilla." That's his way of respecting you, as a Ghanaian man would be. Era de nyabo. In his mind, he's respecting you. I feel like it's the intentions. What should I say? The intentions that matter. But at the same time, if it's two completely different, like I don't know, like okay, if it's for example like in Muganda and Munyankore, where like they're not gonna like agree, where the parents are like no, or kwambala what kujine mikolo and all that, and the Muganda parent is like no, or kwambala what kujine mikolo, or you can be eating this, or you can be doing this, you can be, then that is I feel like that is when it comes like
That's what I'm talking about. Like some people have like different core values from like their tribes and their cultures compared to you. So if you decide to marry someone from a different tribe or culture, it's going to affect you in some other way. The way a religion is going to affect you. And that's why I'm saying it's like the same thing of you making it a factor in your relationship, because tribes and everything have a way they affect us and the way we are brought up. And the way I'm brought up as a Muganda girl may not be the way a Nacholi girl is brought up. So if I'm trying to marry a Nacholi man, there's going to be some values that I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, we actually don't match.
True. I mean, at the end of the day, it depends if someone wants to compromise or not. Because I could have like there could be a black Ugandan Muslim man that we're not gonna like, maybe he's the same tribe as me. Like I name Usoga, but they're Muslim. We're not gonna like be like as compatible in terms of like our lifestyles. But then you find a Christian white man, and surprisingly, y'all connect more than you would have connected with a Ugandan who is Muslim. But here you are connecting with a white person, but you guys share the same values. You know what I mean? Like, because he's a Christian too, or like practices your religion. So I would like, I'm not gonna choose like, oh, I'm not gonna date him because he's white, but we have the same religion. But there is a Musoga, and I'm probably like not gonna date them because they're Muslim, and I know I have to give up a lot of me. Like I have to give up a lot of things I believe in order to date them. But with a white Christian, you probably don't have to give up. Actually, I don't think you have to give up anything. if you think about it, because you see like Ugandan girls or Ugandan men marrying like people outside of their races, African Americans, maybe white, and you have those people kukwanjula like ayambale kanzu, and they do all the traditional stuff. But if you're like a Muslim kwanjula and you're a Ugandan girl marrying a Ugandan Muslim, chances are your kwanjula is not gonna go as you dreamed of it, like as you would have wanted your kwanjula to go, because their religion is gonna affect you more than a white person's race would affect you.
I think all this is
Okay.
how much do you love somebody?
Yeah.
No, that's what I was telling you. Compromise.
Yeah, but
I am not letting myself get
Go
that
ahead.
far with someone.
Yeah,
No,
but I mean,
Go
how
ahead.
much you love somebody? And me, I'm just saying, like I told you, I can compromise on a lot of stuff, but when it comes to religion is you messing with my God, and that's something I'm not gonna do. That's just my opinion.
That's why I asked you if you're willing to compromise. Are you willing to try and see if this person is going to come your way and do it your way? And if they are willing to do that, are you gonna accept it?
If they're
Will you
willing,
bring them in?
if they're willing, go, my sister, yes. So, but
See,
if
you
they're not,
compromise.
Okay, finally.
if they're willing, yes. But also, I don't believe people change. That's the thing with me. I just believe the first time you show me who you are, meaning religion or anything like that, that's your character. That's who you are. And sometimes you might want to go back. And I don't want you. I never, ever, ever want someone to compromise because to make me happy. What about your happiness? So if you want to compromise and that's your happiness, then so be it. But if you're just saying it like, oh, because I love you, whatever, all that type of stuff, don't do it, man. Just go ahead and find somebody else. Then let me be and find somebody else. And, we can live a religious life together. That's the same.
Okay. I'm going to read these comments because there's so many. So I had to talk about them. Okay. Yeah, I said the one. Yeah. Somebody here says, OMG, people have learned to let go of what they have for what they have never had, but it's better to stay you. Find someone within your happiness. It's hard. 1 out of 10, the man has a mental issue. Yeah, no Muslim would handle it in his real state. I don't understand that. But yeah, the first part, they're like, don't really change if you don't have to for somebody or something. Just be you and stay you. Somebody here says religion means nothing when it comes to love, in my opinion. Religion is a factor in relationships, mainly when you're aiming for marriage. I'm 100% sure that every religion enters into marriage. So Catholic won't engage couples of different religion as well as Islam, unless you're to stay in your marriage without engagement. I feel like that has changed these days. Like, if it's like a Catholic and a Protestant, they have this thing whereby they even marry people like outside of church, like not inside church, just to fulfill people's thingies. Because some people don't want to change. And then the same person says Lorna and Team You.
That person is
religion and race, Beverly are different. You can be of a different race. Religion and race are different. You can be of a different race, but same religion. God becomes your unifying character here for your marriage. I don't think this person knows about race too much. You can be both Christians, and if you're black and white, you won't get married. Especially here.
What church?
Huh?
What church? Like if I'm a black Christian, I can't marry a white Christian?
No, I'm saying he's saying race, but I'm like, race is kind of a factor, especially when it comes to like white people. They don't matter if you're like Christian like them. As long as it's a black person trying to marry their white kid, they're gonna have a problem with it. Okay. Religion is kind of different. Imagine a Christian is married to a witch. The two, damn, that's an extreme. Penny, Jesus,
Penny.
the two are already conflicting. Like this would be messed up. Huh?
Witchcraft is a religion?
I don't even know.
Isn't
But
that those sleepwalkers at night?
But says, yeah, like
how
you know,
about
they be dancing
no
around.
Omologo? A witch?
That's a religion. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that was a
I
religion.
don't think it is. Damn, that's far fetched.
That is creepy.
Oh, you know, eh?
I have to start doing background checks. Thank you, Penny.
This person says, so if religion is not a factor in a relationship, how would you tackle certain norms and way of living, and who of the two would change for the other on a wedding? Religion influences way of living in most of people. Definitely, like everything else. This is why religion is a mess. Thank you, Kamikaze. Why can't we all be spiritual and serve God and stop making up our own rules that only separate us as God's creatures and servants? That's a good point, though.
That would be a very hard thing to do. Not even the next 100 years.
I know it's very hard, but it kind of makes sense.
100%.
Huh?
I agree with Kamikaze 100%.
That would be something very difficult to do.
It's difficult, but I feel like this whole religion thing has like torn people apart. Now you look at people like Catholics and Protestants, they're pretty much the same thing. But you find that they're conflicting because they have very little differences, and then they have that name on them that's Catholic and Protestant. And then you find the born again. I don't even know if it's a religion, but you find also those ones that are trying to like, I don't know, and they're all the same thing, but they're all fighting because I
think born again is not a religion. A religion is.
But people make it a religion. That's the problem.
No.
Yes, Lorna. People make born again a religion. That's why most people get it wrong. They think it's a religion. That born again is a belief. It's like a belief, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so many people see it as a religion. That's why most of these balokole get it wrong.
Most of these balokole
Most of the balokole, for real. But
well,
anyways,
at the end of the day, I feel like I'm not gonna let myself get far with someone if I know I do not agree with them. Like even when we're still in the talking stage, I'm gonna withdraw in terms of like romance and maybe keep the friendship. I'm not gonna, because you choose to fall in love, believe it or not. You don't choose to like someone, but you choose to fall in love. You choose who you're gonna let your guard down for and compromise stuff for and give up the, and overlook whatever like their differences are and look at them as a person. You choose that. I feel like you choose to fall in love with someone. So before you choose to let your guard down and let yourself fall in love with this person, better be willing to, if their lifestyle is different from yours in terms of religion, better be willing to give that up. Like not to give it up, but to, incorporate their lifestyle in yours, of which certain religions are way too different that it's hard to incorporate your lifestyles like together. So I would not, like, if I'm in a talking stage with someone, like Lorna said, that's where you have to ask people, what do you believe in? Would you be willing to give up this for this person? Would you be willing to do this? Would you be willing to let me marry you, but, let me keep my religion? And if they tell you no, that's when you keep your walls up and don't let yourself fall in love with them. Otherwise, you are setting yourself up. If you're willing to change your entire lifestyle for someone who has told you from the get-go they're not going to change their lifestyle for you, then that's your fault. When you get to the future and it's affecting you, that's on you, because you could have avoided it.
And also remember, man, people forget that we're all gonna leave this earth, and when we leave this earth, it's only gonna be you on Judgment Day. Not your husband, not your wife, not someone you compromise for or whatever. It's gonna be you. You feel me? So how have you served God, and how have you lived your life best of your religion? Do you even know God? Number one, because like you're just basing it off of this. Oh, we're just gonna pray and everything. You've never even felt the Holy Spirit. So yes, definitely I do agree with Priscilla, man. But also, like, man, it comes up to happiness. Are you happy?
It's honestly not the same God, because Muslims and Christians believe differently. We think Jesus is the Son of God and they believe he is a prophet.
I think it is the same God, but in terms of Jesus, it's not.
Different beliefs. Yeah, it's the same God, just different beliefs around it.
Yeah.
Then you have kids. Continuation of Penny. It gets hard on how to raise them. You either both decide to be dormant in your faith or decide to follow one until the kids can be able to identify what they want.
Right.
Kids of these days grow up and they even don't believe in what both of you believe in. So
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like you should give them a routine. You know, as of these kids now, this generation is not about the Bible. They're just doing crazy things. So I feel like the minute you have a kid, you should give them a routine of what is your religion, and they'll stick with it until they have sense in their head to choose the right one for themselves.
Sense in their head.
Yeah. We serve the same God in different ways that really affect our lifestyle. Honestly speaking, you can be different with different races and tribes. When you produce kids, they do take their father's tribe, and this is different to religion because it will give you hard times to decide on which religion kids should be brought up. That's not true. Sometimes. But let's be honest, religion and tribes as well as races are different, things that we shouldn't even compare.
Thank you, whoever said that. Way different.
Thanks, ladies. God bless you. I honestly think if you find your true love, chances are high you can compromise. Love is deeper than you think. If you feel you will, if you feel there is love, there is life past these petitions or religion and culture and blah blah blah. Yes, it is faith. People believe in that. Get you someone who is spiritual, not religious.
It's a new wave. I feel like that's a new wave. That's something that hasn't been around for a while. It's hard to find someone that's just spiritual, because I feel like that is something that is just started coming up in like the past maybe 10 something years, where people are starting to like be more spiritual than they are religious. I don't think that is something that has been here long enough for it to like be that big, or for many people to be that educated about it.
I feel like like people get it wrong. I feel like if you go to church and you don't feel the Holy Spirit, honestly, that's not the church for you. Leave, get up and leave. Don't stay in there because my friend is there, my boyfriend, you feel me? Like that's on you. You gotta go to church and feel the Holy Spirit and feel God. But if you don't feel any of that, that means you're only going to church just to pray and just say like I go into church to pray.
Very interesting. Yes, Lorna. Someone here is like, oh, actually, which have a religion?
They are.
So,
what?
Yeah. African tradition. Hey, you remember African Traditional Society? Pre, you remember that?
From when?
In primary, you remember that thing? ATS?
No, I didn't study witchcraft in school.
No, in like primary, when we're learning about Africa.
About witchcraft.
Huh? No, if you went to primary school in Uganda, ATS, African Traditional Society, like those people that started off in Africa, like our ancestors, they did, before the white people came, they had ATS and they didn't have religion.
Interesting.
Yeah, we studied about that in primary.
Very
but anyways, great work, people. Keep it up. Lorna, some people put their interests first before God. Even Jesus wasn't religious, so stop letting religion control who you love and view people. As long as there is love and understanding between y'all, then F religion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
Wow.
People look up the definition of religion.
Please read it for us, whoever posted that.
Yeah.
We're a little too busy here live.
Penny, please look for the definition of religion and read for us. Also, kamikaze again. Also, this whole thing of compromise. If you love someone, there's going to be compromise to some extent, but I feel like there's a limit to that. Just because you choose to not compromise on certain things for various reasons, such as belief, happiness, peace, etc., doesn't mean that you don't love that person. That's a good one. The truth will always stand. I believe with religion in a relationship makes it strong and to respect one another. Believing in God is different from religion.
Mm-hmm.
Love and compromise are not synonymous. We shouldn't put love in a box. It looks different on all ends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks, ladies, for the discussion. We don't believe in religion, bro. We believe in God, but we follow religion to believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That makes
that's a
sense.
good one. Okay, so, this is a long one. Well, I think Bev, we should do concrete research about religions and define them. Otherwise, we all believe in the same God. Now, when Priscilla says a Muslim man will make her give up on what she enjoys, then that's being limited about life.
That's
YOLO.
what I say, but
Being soulful is being religious, and please, Lorna, church is for prayers. An African religious society isn't witchcraft, and yes, it's a religion.
Why is this
That's how
person
they
rushing?
communicated
Yo,
with
like,
God.
we just
To
want to
care for
talk.
all of us.
We just want to talk. What's the ad?
Right.
Okay. That's a good. It kind of makes kind of sense. I think there's a bigger like discussion when it comes to this whole religion thing, that it's a whole like deeper thing than I think what we think, because so many people have so many opinions about it. And religion definition: one belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods.
That is what we're talking about. Like we
The
all
belief in
God,
and worship of
really.
a superhuman, okay, controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Okay. Religion, Kenya's best definition. The belief in and worship of a superhuman, okay, same thing, controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Yes. This was an interesting topic. I like it. I think I'm going to go and like do some research and read things about religion and like spirituality, because I think they have some kind of contradicting kind of things, but hey,
I think
everyone believes in what they want to believe.
I don't know. I think we should bring in like people to like different religions. I guess next Monday to see what I guess they do. Oh, if you feel me, like how their beliefs are, or like how they have to act in society and everything.
I'd also want to get a spiritualist.
Yeah, you can get kamikaze for that.
Okay, yeah, I think it's an interesting one. So, anyways, guys, our time is up. Can you say any last words before we finish?
So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I hope you guys are safe and everything. I hope you guys are still protesting the right way, not the other way. And also back to this topic, like happiness comes first. So whatever religion you choose. But if your partner wants you to compromise, I feel like first sit down and say, this is my happiness. And if you want to compromise, that's on you. If you don't, there's so many other fish in the sea. Sure, you want that fish, but probably that's not who God made for you. And have a blessed week, guys.
Yeah, damn, Lorna, you took everything. But I want to say,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm good. Guys, just stay safe.
That's okay, Sanyu. It's enough.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate the support. Please keep watching. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we love you guys, and you guys should stay safe. Please don't be out here like protesting. I personally do not advise people to go to protest, because that's one way of getting either COVID or thrown in jail. So find other ways to maybe donate or sign petitions. I don't think it's a good idea to go out in big numbers right now, especially to a protest that's most likely going to end up being chaotic anyway. But be safe, guys, and have a blessed week.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you guys for being here. stay safe, have a blessed week, and we shall see you next week, next Monday. And take care of yourselves. And please remember, COVID is still there and it's still killing people. So keep yourself safe. Don't go out if you don't have to go out. And yeah, stay safe. Don't forget to like this page, like the video, share. We appreciate your views. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a blessed week and stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. This was terrible, bro.
Wait, my shit won't go off.